G'day, I'm Jonathan Brake from In2Great. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. First of all, I just want to give you a bit of background. I come from Australia, as you probably give away with the accent. I work with companies right across the world in terms of their leadership, their strategy, their development, understanding why they exist, building culture, pulling teams together, creating trust, all those sorts of areas. I love what I do and I'm looking forward to being able to work with you. I guess my journey started as a young kid working in my father's shop. My father was a small business owner back in Australia, and I loved the hustle and bustle of business. But what I really loved was customer interaction and really exceeding those expectations, even to the point where my father would hire me over my other brothers because I was able to sell anything, as he would say. But it wasn't just that, I just loved that interaction, I loved the people. So when I finished my first degree in political science and sociology, I thought, well, what else can I do now? And I had my options in front of me to go either into human resources or into marketing. Thankfully, I chose marketing. As much as I love human resources and see myself as part of that function, marketing was more where the people were, more where the flexibility, the creativity, as I call it, the hope discipline, when we're looking for confident expectation for the business. So I pursued that marketing space through sales, through business development, helping startups, commercializing ideas, right through to eventually starting my own companies around the marketing and branding space. And that was a great experience, and in that journey I got to influence people in my home city, and also then got a role of being a part of one of Australia's premier lobby groups, the Council of Small Business of Australia, on their board for a number of years and their CEO for a period of time, and being able to influence national leaders and even world leaders at different conferences around the world. So it was a great experience, but one of the things that this journey really taught me, it's really about the people in the business. And I used to talk about how I'm all about people in the process. Well, I think there's a better way of putting it. Jim Collins in his book Good to Great talks about first who, then what, and he talks about if you don't have the right people, then you're not going to have the right business. And if you have the right people, then you're going to be able to create a great business because those people will do what you need to do. I've heard it couched in lots of different other ways. Hire the attitude, develop the skill, whichever way it works out. People come before profit. All these different things. At the end of the day, your people will be the thing that determines whether your business succeeds or fails. Right from the beginning of a startup business, and I talk to investors and they say, we're not really looking for the product. Yeah, we want to make money, but we're not really looking for that product. But at the end of the day, is the person that's actually pitching that product backable? And so it becomes very much about the individual. And that flows right through to companies I'm working with that are turning over billions of dollars, where the CEO, the C-suite and the regional presidents and whoever they might be, very much influence the culture of that company and how successful it is in different markets. So I am very much about people in the process. I'm very much about who, then what, not just who and what, and very interested in how you develop strategy around the team that you've got. You build a culture that works for your business, not works for your client, works for your business, because that will then attract the right clients and obviously add to your bottom line. So let's talk about In2Great for a second. In2Great is about building better leaders, because if you build better leaders, you're going to build a better business, and that's going to add directly to your bottom line. But building better leaders isn't just about can we get them to do the right processes and follow the right flow. It's do we understand our culture, do we know what we want to achieve, and do we know where we're going with that, and are our leaders aligned? Because if our leaders are aligned, our people will be aligned. And so that will also then align with our customers, and our customers will want to do more business with us. So we talk about how that retains customers and obviously how that adds to your bottom line. So leadership is really, really important in business, as you would already know. And so what we're about is assisting you develop better leadership, more consistent leadership, and a leadership that's based on values, that's based on where you're going as a business, not just how much money you're making. So I mentioned I'm a strategic leadership coach. So what is strategic leadership? Well, I think it's, as we talked about the who and the what, I think the who is the leadership and the what is the strategy. And so what I do is come into a business, understand where you're at, look at what's going on around the place, look at your market. If we can, we talk to clients, we talk to staff, we talk to whoever we need to get a feel for where you're going as a business. Then we start to work through the challenges that you have, setting goals, setting a vision if there isn't one, setting direction, understanding what culture we want to achieve and what's going to make a difference in our clients' world, not just in our own. And so that's very much the strategy. I work around a STAR process, which is about understanding the strategy, developing the tactics, taking action and gathering results and getting constant feedback. But I'm after businesses who are about constant improvement. So let's talk about the delivery. Well, first of all, we want to take the time to understand who you are. Okay, that's going to be the important thing. And we're going to have that interchange where we work out where you're at, what you need, what's going on, and the things that you need to do to change your business, if there is stuff you need to change. Now, obviously, if you're talking to me, you probably feel like you do. Having said that, there's always room for improvement. Constant improvement is what I'm looking for with all of my clients. So we don't just come in and do one program and disappear. We are about the long burn, working alongside your business as your leadership team, training your leaders, bringing up your next level of leaders, and making sure you've got not just your core team working well, but you've got a depth going right down. So you have replaceability, you have people coming up through the ranks, you've got mentoring going on, all sorts of different programs. We can help right through that whole journey. Our journey must be based on shared core values. So a couple of my values, I'm really about results. I love getting results in business, I love seeing the results, but not in the way you'd think. It's not just about, okay, can we screw more out of the bottom line? Can we get more out of our staff? Can we get more productivity? Those things are very important, but I'm really about the people. So for me, cultural diversity is really important. I love traveling the world and seeing different things and grabbing things from other cultures and bringing that into my world. My family is extremely important to me. They absolutely come first in this journey. And you know, they're here on this big journey with me in America as it is. So family is very important. Having fun. If we're not having fun in business, why are we doing it? Particularly if it's our own business. If we're not having fun, then goodness me, we might as well go and get a job. Because this should be fun, and we've got to find ways to make business fun. And the businesses that are having fun, and I think about some of the big brands around the world, Southwest, Virgin, a couple of big brands I can think of off the cuff, where they mix playfulness and business really well. Their people have fun, they have retention, they have staff satisfaction that is very, very high. So having fun is very, very important. So these are just some of the core values that I carry. There are others, and you know, I want to see that alignment with the clients that I work with. So a final note on delivery. We obviously work across a range of discipline. Part of the journey is obviously, as I said, there's the interchange in terms of understanding where you're at, you know, what we need to do, what things need to happen, and then working out what programs will work well. The actual face-to-face program, so we run day-to-day training around trust, around goal setting, around strategy, around understanding your why, around conflict, all those sorts of things. Anything you could think of, marketing strategies, whatever, there's a whole range of stuff we can run half day and day training around. Those things are great, but at the end of the day, it's the ongoing coaching. So we're looking at how we can take those programs and then add on additional coaching. That's why we tend to prefer to work on a long burn approach. We work on a monthly retainer arrangement, and we become your leadership team, or we become that critical cog for you to be able to then process that through. We will work one-to-one, particularly with senior leaders and people who really need help, be it on a couple of phone calls or be it on a long-term basis. Some of my clients I've been with for a year or more, they just want to keep improving. The second way we work is one-to-many, so that can be through internal roundtables. We do run external executive roundtables, which we recommend you to consider, but internal roundtables can be teams of peers who may not see each other every day, but should be working better together. I'm thinking the sales rep working with the ops person, working with the account manager, working with the line manager in that space, working with the production, whatever you do in your business, if you understand that process, where they can just talk about, okay, what's working, what's not, constant improvement in your business, those sorts of things. So that's the one-to-many. We also have, for all of our clients in In2Great, a free monthly webinar, and that will just be a topic of leadership or personal development for that month. So that's the group coaching or the group coaching space. Then there's facilitation. As I said, we do workshops. One of my primary areas is DISC, which is a behavioural awareness tool. We can put everyone through DISC. We can bring them then through, get them to understand what that means, how they can communicate better with other people, how they can be pre-armed when it comes to conflict. I have a very different view on conflict, by the way. but we can discuss that in another video. We do also attend board meetings just as observers. We can attend if you need us to input into that journey, so we can sit in on board meetings and just watch what's going on. We can watch body language, we can just communicate between you. We can be that sounding board, we can defray situations if need be. We can also be a client fresh eyes, and that means we come in and we would either talk to your client on your behalf or come into client meetings that you're having and just watch the way they operate. I've done this a number of times where I've just come in and I've just observed body language. I've analysed who's in the room and how they can deal with those people better, and we take that away and we improve the way they connect with that client, particularly clients you're struggling and you want to leverage more out of. Simple things like how we communicate can make all the difference. So there's that fresh eyes approach. So as you say, there's one-to-one where we coach senior executives, and this is in their life as well as in their business. Then there's one-to-many where we coach a group of people, sometimes around the same subject, sometimes around other issues. Then we have webinars and group coaching sessions, which is more of a TED style. We'd have some content and then some, okay, how do we do this better? How do we work through this? Flowing through to facilitated groups, which always flows into coaching anyway, so that it has relevance. And finally, then looking at how we could be a fresh eyes both in your board meetings and with your client. So that pretty much sums up what we're on about. I want to thank you for making the time. This is it's quite a long video, but I thank you for making the time to listen to it. I'm Jonathan Brake. I look forward to working with you, and I thank you for this opportunity. You have a great day.